Today, I am going to talk about anger management. Anger management is a psychotherapeutic program for anger prevention and control. It has been described as deploying anger successfully. Anger is frequently result of a frustration or a feeling blocked or thwarted from something subject feels is important. Anger can also be a defensive response to underlying fear or a feeling of vulnerability and powerlessness. Anger management programs consider anger to be a motivation caused by an identifiable reason which can be logically analyzed and if suitable worked toward. Overview. The ideal goal of anger management is to control and to regulate anger so that it does not result in problems. Anger is an active emotion that calls a person feeling it to respond. People get into anger issues because both the instigator and the instigated lack interpersonal and social skills to maintain self-control. Research on affect and self-regulation shows that it occurs because negative emotional states often impairs impulse control. They can try to respond their anger as unwanted and unpleasant rather than react to its need. Training a blind eye or forgiveness is a tool to turn anger off. Getting enough sleep, exercise, and good diet are tools which can assist in preventing anger. Professionals who deal with those who have trouble managing anger include occupational therapists, mental health counselors, drug and alcohol counselors, social workers, psychologists, and psychiatrists. History. The negative effects of anger have been observed throughout history. Advice for countering seemingly uncontrollable rage has been offered by ancient philosophers, pious men, and modern psychologists. The concept of controlling anger has translated into anger management programs based on the research of psychologists. Classical psychotherapy based anger management interventions originated in 1970s. Success in treating anxiety with cognitive behavioral therapy (CBT) interventions developed by Mikey Baum inspired Novaka to modify their stress inoculation training to be suitable for anger management. Stress and anger are sufficiently similar that such a modification was able to create a successful branch of treatment. Both stress and anger are caused by external stimuli mediated by internal processing and expressed in either adaptive or maladaptive forms. Medical causes. Drug addiction, alcoholism, a mental ability, biochemical changes, and PTSD can all lead to a person committing an aggressive act against another person. Not having sufficient skills on how to handle oneself when faced with aggression can lead to very undesirable outcomes. These factors are typically associated with a heightened chance of anger, but there are other less known factors that can lead to people acting in a negative way. Prolonged or intense anger and frustration contributes to physical conditions such as headaches, digestive disorders, high blood pressure, and heart disease. The problems dealing with angry feelings may be linked to psychological disorders such as anxiety or depression. Angry outbursts can be a way of trying to cope with unhappiness or depression. Migraines. Frequent migraine can be associated with levels of aggression and the need for anger management. A 2013 study examined migraines and its association with anger problems in young children of 11.2 years of age. The patients in the study were split into low migraine attack frequency AF, intermediate AF, high frequency, and chronic migraine AF. The tendency for a participant to inhibit their anger and not lash out was found more in children with higher AF. Children that qualified for low migraine AF actually had more anger expression. Then comes the psychological causes. Psychological factors such as stress, abuse, poor social or familial situations and poverty can cause anger problems. Without proper anger management, individuals may be more prone to violence. Trauma. A history of trauma, particularly sexual trauma, can result in anger management problems. Medication. And anger is a psychological concern. Treating with medication is a secondary line of approach. However, if there is a medical reason for an anger response, certain psychotropic medications are prescribed by doctors to complement the psychotherapy intervention. Medications include antidepressants, antipsychotics, anti-seizure, and beta blockers. These drugs specifically do not target anger directly, but they have a calming outcome that can support control of rage and negative feeling. Antidepressants may have a particular role when anger is a manifestation of depression. Anger attacks are found in 40% of those with major depressive disorder, with 64 to 71% of cases responding to an SSRI such as fluoxetine, valerian roots, and saffron threads or herbal supplements that supposedly help in lowering stress and promotes calm feelings. Passion flower and chamomile are generally consumed in tea for supporting mood by reducing anxiety. Affected populations. Adults. One motivation for seeking anger management can be career-related, as both a preventative and corrective tool. Anger management is available to help individuals cope with potentially anger-inducing aspects of their jobs. One such situation applies to caretakers of individuals' mental illness. The daily stress combined with slow or no progress with the people under their care can create high level of frustration. Skill training for caretakers of relatives with dementia has been developed to help cope with these feelings of frustration in a positive manner. Anger management is also beneficial in law enforcement. The role of police officers is to protect civilians. However, conflicts between the police and the general public can develop. Anger management programs tailored towards this goal could orient themselves towards these means by focusing on conflict resolution and including specific law enforcement scenarios in the training. This need was noticed by Novako, who originally designed an intervention for anger management based on cognitive behavioral therapy, resulting in a specialized skills training program for law enforcement. Couples also in the brink of dissolution of their marriage need to understand what to do about intimate partner violence, and the more knowledgeable the individuals are on how to manage their anger, the better prepared they are when confronted with a problem with another person. Children and adolescents. The ability for young children to understand their emotions and how to react in certain situations can greatly increase their chance of expressing themselves in an appropriate manner. A 2010 study from the Journal of Applied School Psychology looked at fourth grade boys who took part in different activities with a school psychologist, ranging from how to deal with emotions, practicing anger reduction strategies. They found a positive correlation between partaking in these meetings and less anger expressing in multitude of locations, school, home, etc. Anger management program with a cognitive behavior all base have been modified for children and adolescents. These are three common types of CBT aimed at the youth. First, life skills development, communication, empathy, assertiveness, etc. Uses modeling to teach appropriate reactions to anger. Second, effective education focuses on identifying the feelings of anger and relaxation. Finally, problem solving conveys a view of cause and effect for situation as an alternative to anger. A wide range of methods can be used to convey these three components, with both age and severity being important factors. For younger children, involvement can be increased by presenting anger management in more of a fun format with educational games and activities being available. For adolescents, group therapy can be an effective form given their resemblance to the individual's natural social environment. The severity of the expressed anger issues can often relate to intensity of the subsequent anger management program. With intellectual disability, individuals with intellectual disabilities can struggle with managing anger. When faced with aggression from individuals with an intellectual disability, caretakers often employ a combination of four different strategies. Depending on both the setting and individual, the following strategies for aggression minimization present in different ways. Number one is reactive strategy. Aim to minimize impact of overtly aggressive behavior by using established protocols. For example, enforced isolation after the start of the violent outburst. Number two is ecological interventions. Attempt to reduce aggression level by changing an aspect of the environment for more calming effect. For example, reducing ambient noise to your lowest irritation. Third one is contingency management. Focuses on modifying behavior through a combination of reinforcement and punishment. For example, using a token economy to enforce rules concerning behavior. A fourth one is positive programming. Teaches positive reaction skills as an alternative to aggression. For example, anger management with a CBT background. The need for anger management is also evident in situations where individuals with intellectual disabilities are prescribed psychotropic medication as the result of aggressive or self-injurious behavior. The medication's role as a chemical restraint does not help modify the underlying cause of aggression. Sedation best used as an emergency measure with skills training as a long-term solution to decreasing the overall rate of violent incidents. In a meta-analysis reviewing 80 studies, behavioral-based interventions were found to be generally effective in modifying behavior. Additionally, cognitive behavioral therapy as administered by lay therapists was found to be effective, which supports the feasibility of such anger management. People with a learning disability tend to express anger and aggression to even those who help them on a daily basis. Adults with intellectual disabilities are at high risk of acting aggressive and being sent to clinics due to their actions. The theory of mind approach states that the people with anger management problems tend to be unsteady mentally and are not able to internalize any blame for their actions. One of the main reasons for anger outbursts is externalizing blame and having a quick impulse to lash out. These individuals need to have a better understanding of what their actions mean and that they should understand that blaming themselves problems can sometimes be the right thing to do. Benefits. The benefits of undergoing anger management brings around the successful reduction in anger and violent outbursts. The benefits of undergoing anger management brings around the successful reduction in anger and violent outbursts. Personal relationships that have been previously strained by a high level of aggression may undergo improvement professionally. Workplace relationships have a similar outcome that are beneficial to an individual's career and personal sense of satisfaction. Legally, continued attendance to anger management programs, mandated or not, can be seen as a good faith. For incarcerated individuals, an earlier parole time can be the result of good behavior learned from anger management classes. From an emotional standpoint, reducing the internal level of anger results in decrease in stress and an increase in overall happiness as a result. From a medical standpoint, physical illness also improve from positive emotional and behavioral changes. Anger management style and overall level of anger has been associated with the both acute and chronic pain sensitivity. Blood pressure is another physiological aspect affected by anger, with increased levels of anger being correlated with higher blood pressure. The implications of effect on blood pressure for overall health is made evident by the link between high blood pressure and the increased risk of cardiovascular disease. An increase in the immune system's efficacy has also been observed as a result of the increased level of relaxation. Successful anger management could also lead to an overall longer lifespan due to the decrease in reckless behavior and violent altercations. Impediments. There are a number of factors that can lower the probability of a successful anger management intervention. One such obstacle is the level of individual's motivation. Overall low readiness is an impediment to the effectiveness of anger management due to the lower attendance rates and a negative effect on the therapeutic alliance. Involuntary assignment to an anger management program, for example, court-mandated sessions, will result in a lower average motivation level than voluntary admission. In one study with incarcerated inmates, there was a correlation found between the individual readiness and improvement. Additionally, given the component of anger as a social construct, difficulty with communication between cultures can serve as another impediment. What is deemed an appropriate expression of anger is culturally dependent. Therefore, a mismatch between the client and therapist could result in a misunderstanding as to the end goal of the program. For example, a client could only wish to decrease physical violence while the therapist aims to decrease both the verbal and physical outbursts. Gender dependent expectations of anger expression can contribute as well as to societal standards. The same violent outburst for a man and woman is subjected to different interpretations due to anger being seen as more permissible in males, and cost of taking anger management could also be a significant obstacle if the person does not have health insurance. The time required for anger management depends on the program. Weekly 1 hour sessions with 8 to 12 sessions per program are common, but a single intensive all-day session variety exists as well. The monetary cost can amount to $90 to $120 per session for general therapy or much higher fees for specialized coaching. The availability of anger management programs locally can be problematic for more isolated areas, creating an additional cost for travel. However, online options can follow the same structure as an in-person intervention with similar outcomes. Hope you enjoyed the intricacies of the anger management and the treatment and the counter effect of the anger management. Anger management is actually a very vast subject, so which has to be dealt on a very slow manner. So this is a very short time to discuss about anger management and their problematic role. If you like this video, please like it, comment it, and share with your friends and subscribe. Thank you.